Well, after much conversation and deliberation with the team, I decided this is just going to be too far back. It's way too close to the firewall. And I've got a lot of room here. I think these recommendations on frame mounts are probably in order to help clear this sector shaft and steering box here. But since we're not going to be using that, and I'm going to be doing a box pushed all the way forward up this way, going straight down, we should be able to clear all that just fine. We'll just have to lengthen that steering shaft. So I'm gonna get this steering box pulled out. And I went online and got the measurements of a 3-row radiator with a fan, and I have a measurement of about 5.3 inches is what they give me. I'm gonna cheat that just a little bit and give myself about 6. I'm currently using this tape measure. I'm at about 7. So I think we can push this forward almost a full inch. Gain our clearance in the back. Still have plenty of room up front for a 3-row radiator and an electric fan. I'm gonna ditch the fan clutch and fan on this side. So let's get this bad boy pulled out, break our tacks, move that forward an inch, get this bad boy in for good. There's one. You can see where the mark is still there. So I'll just go ahead and move that mark forward an inch. That should be what we need. First I gotta grind those down flat. All right, we got top bolts out, shafts out, lines off. It's still attached to the steering arm. I don't feel like trying to mess with that nut there, so I'm just gonna use the old trusty. Take it off right there. All right, steering box is out. We're gonna put a new IFS steering box that points down on this side. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this now just so it's out of the way, and we're not gonna be using that. It's designed to help with axle roll, axle wrap on a spring hung axle, but we're gonna be going to coilovers and a 3-link in the front, so we won't be needing that. Plus, this gives me a little more room, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and get that cut out. All right, got both sides tacked in again. So let's go ahead and set this motor in, see how well it fits. Should fit a lot better. All right, I am much happier with this. Went in a lot more smoothly. Even with our old crossover pipe that actually drops down on the wrong side, we've got plenty of room here. Actually forgot that I wanted to put that on there about midway through, so while it was hanging up in the air, I decided to just slap it on real quick, put a couple nuts in it. I am very excited. This is still a little tight here. It's just about resting up against there, but again, we've got a crossover pipe that goes down the other way, so on this side, so that should turn down and sneak right through there, which should be much better. I'm very excited. It turned out good. I think we're in business. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just finish weld these in there. I do want to measure on this real fast. Let's measure this and see if we picked up a full inch, because it almost seems like it's still a little tight. tape measure in here and see. Right at 6 1/4, and this is about a 3/8, maybe 1/4 inch piece of material here. So should be right at about 6 1/2 said and done. That's plenty of breathing room for me. This might actually rock back a little bit. And so I wanted to make sure that we had clearance at balancer, which I measured there. We're still at 6 inches there. So I think said and done, we should be, even with this tilted back, some in good shape. So I'm excited about that. Let's get it burned in. All right, guys, we got everything all primed. Just put some self-etching primer on there so they won't flash rust. I'm a little annoyed I didn't grind off the old tack welds before I burned them in, but it's okay, you won't be able to see them. Also, I have no business welding uphill, but those came out okay, especially for being tucked in here, trying to finagle in there with the light and stuff. I'm okay with those. I think they'll hold good. That area is still ground because I'm gonna end up having to grind that whole thing off to put that steering box mount in, so I don't worry about that, but cool. Let's get her in there. It's a nice day out, so rolled it outside, pressure washed it. Came out really clean. All that grime. Tried to get my butt dirty every time I climbed in it, so this is just a little bit of leftover dirt, but that'll come out. It's nice. Wanted to take a break from engine stuff for a little bit. Finally get the top off of this thing. I'm pretty sure it's the first time this top's ever been off. Everything in here was all still like factory sealed. Anyway, I also wanted to play around with what it might look like with 38 on it. Obviously it'll be a lot taller in the rear to match, but kind of cool. Get to see, you know, what the ride height in the front might be. Got that North Carolina sag going on now, but hey, making progress.